Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool video game video for you today. We just had a guy come in an hour or so ago, and he brought us 3 big boxes of stuff, video game stuff. And so we thought we'd film a video of it because it's all kind of eclectic, weird stuff. None of this stuff really has much value, but we have a store, and as you can see, we've got stuff everywhere. So this is the kind of stuff that you put on the shelf and somebody shows up eventually and that's exactly what they want, so they buy it. Like I said, none of this stuff really has a lot of value, but it's all kind of interesting, so I figured we'd do a video showing it all. My favorite thing that I saw is this Atari video pinball, which I have no clue what it is. It might just be another Pong machine or something, or it may actually be a pinball type thing. I guess they would, if they called it pinball, it must be some kind of pinball thing. So I might do a separate video on that if we can get the thing to work. It's pretty cool looking. It doesn't have the battery back, but it takes a power supply. So I should be able to at least test it out, but we'll do that on another video. Frogger, plug and play. A bunch of computer games that are just stuff that, like, who would want NBA Live 2000 anymore? But it's kind of cool. I mean, it's in the big box and everything. Jordan is back, people. This one's kind of neat. Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp for Windows 95. We had this arcade game. We've got a video of it up here on our channel. Dune 2000. Long live the fighters. So I think this guy, this is a bunch of his stuff from his collection that he had over the years, and all of the expensive stuff and stuff that had value he's already sold somewhere else. So somebody's probably already been through all this and didn't want any of this stuff. Dune 2, The Building of a Dynasty. I love this game. It is a fast, tense, visual feast. Computer Gaming Weekly. Windows installable. Windows is a trademark of Microsoft. Got a nice box to it. So that's pretty cool. Let's jump over here. We've got a Nintendo with a couple games. There's a bunch more over here, but Tecmo Ball and Tetris. It's a little yellowed. We got this Game Shark book, Pocket Power Guide. And if you're wondering, it's the 11th edition of the Pocket Power Guide, with over 41,000 codes. Like, for instance, if you're playing WCW Nitro and you want to enable Mean Gene, you put that code in there. And then we have these. This is for Game Boy Color, and this is your hip clip holster with belt clip. Clips on anywhere for hands-free transport, in case you have that issue. Look. You can clip it on anywhere for hands-free transport. Now we've got the smoke gray one in case you have that color, Game Boy Color, but we've also got the blue one here. And since we think those will be more popular, we've got 2 of those. And then we also have a clear one. All right, we'll move these for a minute. Also for the Game Boy Color, we have the Game Tote 4 storage case that holds standard Game Boy cartridges. It offers you superior protection from dirt and damage and is available in 5 colors. Oh, wait a minute. Available in 5 action colors. Unfortunately, we only had 2 of the action colors right now, but we'll keep on the lookout for those. We also have this Nintendo DS System Glove. It's heat sensitive and changes color. There was a stack of Xbox games, nothing that special. A lot of sports stuff, some stuff like that. All right. Yobo multi-tap, compatible with Sony PlayStation. This is an aftermarket multi-tap. It's kind of neat though, getting stuff like this that's still boxed, nobody ever used. They look good on the shelf. All right, there is a black GameCube under there, and a little tiny GameCube game holder, which just got a bunch of sports games in it. Oop. That's why you need it, folks, so if you drop it, it won't damage your discs. Stack of 64 games, but again, it's all sports stuff, nothing special. We've got this Atari 5200 power adapter from Sears. So it's got a $15 price tag on it, and it's got a Sears tape on it. Maybe it was damaged or something. There's a return or something, and then somebody has put a little bit of tape on top of that. That's pretty cool, seeing that stuff boxed. There's a lot of 5200 stuff still boxed out there. We got two Atari 2600s, a 6-switch, and a 4-switch. And then we got a stack of Atari games. So we've got Winter Games, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, another Pac-Man, Asteroids, Bowling, Cosmic Ark, Defender, Miss Pac-Man, Jungle Hunt, that's a pretty good one, Journey Escape, E.T., everybody's favorite, Ghostbusters, Solaris, Super Breakout, Night Driver, Star Master, Sword Quest, Earthworld, Target Fun, and Pac-Man. We got this cool poster we're going to put in a frame. I don't know if I can open that up without messing it up. But basically, it's an Atari poster with a bunch of the games shown. That'll look good displayed. Moving right along. Trimmer pack in the box, but faded, for the Nintendo 64. A Sega Dreamcast controller in the box. It's kind of neat. They had nice little boxes for those. And then this is the kind of stuff I always think is cool. It's a Yobo aftermarket Dreamcast controller still in the box. Stuff like that, like stuff like this is cooler because it's like the original box and it's what people remember having and all that. But stuff like this sometimes is a little harder to find because it's third-party stuff that didn't sell as well and it's probably not even as good of a controller. But does that matter if you're going to leave it in the box? Yeah. All right, and a stack of a bunch of 64 games he picked up over the years, I guess, that are in boxes, but they're all sports games. The Tony Hawk one's kind of cool. Nintendo 64 cleaning kit, baseball game, a whole bunch of Nintendo games, but they're all sports games. But we sell sports games too. Slowly. I wish they were all Zelda, but they're not. But we didn't pay Zelda prices for them either. And then a bunch of, your average Atari games in the box. Super Breakout, Asteroids, Air Sea Battle, Circus Atari, Warlords, Star Raiders with the keypad, Winter Games. I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if the cartridge over there goes in this box or not. Combat, Berserk, Star Raiders, Space Invaders, Joust. That's a pretty cool one. And Super Football. And then there are 2 or 3 PlayStation 1s still in the box. That's pretty cool. And it's the PS1, so it's the little white version, which usually is a little more reliable than the original gray version. That one presents well. Look, the date on it's 2012. There's no way they were still selling them that late. It must have been in a, or maybe it was 2007. Wonder how that's, maybe it was September 12th, 2007. Look, they were advertising Stuart Little 2, Disney's Lilo and Stitch, Disney's Treasure Planet. Must have had to deal with Disney. $9.89 Sports NFL Game Day 2003. So that's, there's your year that you need. $9.89 Sports NBA Shootout 2003, C12 Final Resistance, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But this one looks a little different. Look, wherever, whenever, forever. So this must have been the year before because they're advertising NFL Game Day 2002. Barbie Explorer, Harry Potter, and the Sorcerer's Stone again. And there was a Dreamcast in with it, but it doesn't work. Doesn't spin the discs up. Wah, wah, wah. So, ton of the web browsers. I guess the guy was just collecting stuff over the years, and this was all the stuff that didn't have much value. Ooh, Virtua Fighter 3TB. 3T. Yeah, 3TV. The legend continues. The fighting game that revolutionized the genre returns at its most powerful incarnation yet. Who will emerge victorious in the Third World Fighting Tournament? Pretty cool. It's not in there though. might be in this stack here. Oh, wait a minute. Look what I just found. It's another game tote. It doesn't go there. It goes over here with our other ones. Alright, so we got a old school RF cable for the Dreamcast. It's about useless. Game Shark CDX video game enhancer. Whoa, what have we here? What have we here? Tutorial video on VHS. Video length is estimated at 10 minutes. Pretty cool. And the guy apparently was addicted to Game Sharks because he had one for his PlayStation 1 as well. And then he had some for his PlayStation 2 as well. And he still had the instruction manual. So it's how to cheat right there. So, Dreamcast games. We got Sonic Adventure, Virtua Striker 2, Tennis, Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Disc 2. Hope Disc 1's in there. NFL Blitz 2001, Sports. Generator, playable bits and video clips. Ooh, Caution Seaman, that's pretty cool. But we don't have the microphone. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Virtua Tennis again. Sports, another Virtua Tennis. Generator Volume 2, another web browser. NHL. Is that all of the good, decent ones? Skateboarding. 18-wheeler, that's actually a cool game. Sports. Web browser. Sports, track and field. Sports. Ooh. Shenmue. Disc 1 though. Sega Marine Fishing, that's a cool game. Sega Bass Fishing. Sega GT. Tee Off. Sports. Ultimate Fighting Championship. So nothing that special. Remote control without a dongle. Nintendo 64. Extension cable from Yobo. Kind of neat. And then this one, I really like this one. This is the Super Extendo for Super Nintendo. And look, when you plug it in, it shoots lasers. Freaking lasers, people. Boy, that's cool. That's a really good looking box. You know, up on the shelf. That's cool. And I like this one too. Classic controller from Mickey Electronic for PlayStation, PlayStation 1, PS2. And it's this kind of ugly, orange looking yellow controller joypad. And they had green, yellow, blue, fuchsia, pink, or white. And I guess it's telling you this one's yellow, but is it? Nope, it's clear with a blue bag around it. So that's kind of cool. Another Dreamcast controller. And so we had a big stack of Atari manuals too. We put over here. A couple of these are kind of neat. So first of all, it was a ton of the Atari catalogs, but we had a few manuals here that are kind of nice. All of Atari's 2600 manuals were awesome. This is Asteroids, Bowling, Defender, E.T., the manual, in nice shape too. And then look, everybody always complains that you couldn't tell how to play it. But it tells you right here, people. Tips on getting E.T. home fast. Start with Game 3. Learn to play E.T. by playing Game 3, the easiest game variation, first. Set both difficulty switches to the B position. After you've mastered Game 3, move on to the more difficult game variations. Check your game manual for more information about game variations. Press Game Select until a 3 appears at the top of your screen. Then press Game Reset to start the game. You're ready to go. How to control E.T. Levitating out of wells. Calling the ship. So it's kind of cool, you know. The game, when it came out, nobody could tell how to play it, so it looks like they started putting those in with it. Miss Pac-Man, that's a nice book there too. Regular Pac-Man, Super Breakout, the artwork on these, man. And then this is really cool. So Sword Quest Earthworld, again with a nice book, great art, and then the comic book that also came with it. Number 1. I guess there were going to be 4. So that's pretty cool. And then over here we had a stack of other manuals. So dig those out. Duke Nukem 64. These are really cool Cruis'n USA maps. I don't know if I can get it to unfold with one hand. But it's I guess it came with the 64 version. I don't want to mess it up, but it basically is a map across the country. Very cool. We got 2 of those. 1080. I don't know what those are from. An Activision Three Stooges poster. No. What game's it going to be? Stealth ATF. Nintendo 64 manual. WCW versus NWO World Tour manual. Wave Race 64 manual. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. Virtual Pool. Turok Rage Wars. Castlevania for Nintendo 64. Shadowgate 64 for Nintendo 64. Pokemon Stadium for Nintendo 64. NASCAR 99. Mario Tennis. Madden, EA Sports, various other stuff. Alright, so we're down to these few little computer games here. So we've got the Godfather of the game. Welcome to the family. Redneck Deer Hunting, always a favorite. Auto Assault Still Sealed. The fastest, most destructive MMORPG ever. Feels like the front opens. It's kind of cool. Casino Survival Guide. They used to sell stuff like this at like Circuit City. This one's from CompUSA actually. Beetlebug, Countless Monsters, Mech Commander 2, Poker, Gun, Still Sealed. Isn't this like the first in the series of Red Dead Redemption? Or I might have that wrong. Was it Gun, then Red Dead Redemption, then Gun, Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption 2. Diablo 2, one of the most famous games ever. Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth. I think all the time spent on making this game. Most people have never even played it. And finally, a game stand for a PS2. So a lot of this stuff is just junk, right? But like I said, we've got a game store, so if we put it on the shelf, eventually somebody will come in and they'll be interested in it and they'll buy it. So that's what we've got to do for the rest of the day, file all this stuff away. So the good news is you get it real cheap, and you might only get a few dollars out of everything. Oh, there were two things I forgot up here. You might only get a couple dollars out of everything, but you get a lot more than you paid for it. This is a Game Boy Power Pack, rechargeable battery pack. So you used to, if you're a younger person watching this video, you used to charge this thing up, and then you could carry it around and run the Game Boy off of it. It was like a battery for your car, but it was for the Game Boy. And it had a little clip on it so you could wear it on your hip. And a Nintendo U-Force. Whoa. So this was a little gimmick where you plug it in and then you play games by moving your hands between these two platforms. It could sense it. Pretty cool. So there you go, folks. So we usually don't do videos of stuff like this, but we thought this was enough weird stuff that it'd make a decent video where you could just see what a typical large group of strange stuff looks like whenever it comes in. So leave your comments below if you remember having any of this stuff, and we'll try to reply to them. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you, and we'll see you on the next video.